Hey friends, welcome to this week's video. And this week I do want to get into my back room. I know, it has to do with tech, just hold up with me for a little bit. I need to set some context. But basically we had a shitty roommate and he finally left like right when quarantine happened. So we've made that room into sort of a multi-purpose room where we use it for quarantine workouts, or if we have guests, we have them have their own little space if they're visiting us. So that's great. However, we didn't really have a music solution in there. We did for a little bit because for me, I have a lot of speakers. You guys have known I've tested a bunch of speakers. I do have most of those still if I haven't gifted them. And those could work in that room. However, I did want something that's dedicated that could sit there and be that sort of workout and guest speaker. And I didn't have to worry about it. I don't, because most of the other speakers live in various backpacks that I have. So I don't have to think about it. But this one, I wanted to actually stay in the house and be used in more stationary situation. So the speaker that we got, it was a gift from somebody and it was great, except for the fact that after the first month, it would constantly overheat. So I couldn't even get through like a 20-minute workout without that thing making some alien noises and shutting itself down. So it's just a constant struggle of turning it on, turning it off, turning it on, turning it off, turning it on. So we just ended up not using it, both out of safety because I didn't want that thing to explode, and two, it was just unreliable. So we kind of just use our phones and headphones in that room. Not the most ideal situation, especially if I'm trying to get into a workout, but hey, at least it was consistent. But so that's kind of been a barren of music in that back room. But luckily, the beautiful people at Divoom may have sent me something that could fit that bill, that might actually fit that problem. And dang, is it cute. And it's so surprising. Like this thing, we'll get into it, but I like it. And we can see if it will replace the old speaker. Spoiler alert, it lasts longer than 30 minutes, so definitely it's gonna do that. But let's get more into the details.
Yeah, y'all. Yeah, y'all.
The D2 comes in a color coordinated hard shell that looks super dope. It has a nice handle with a pop lid that is just great presentation. Included with the speakers, the user manual, a braided USB-C cable, and some stickers. I can't stress how much I love that this is powered by USB-C and not using an older standard, so Divoom, props on that. The speaker looks like a mini computer with a 4-inch pixel screen and a mechanical key and lever. It's super compact and has a footprint akin to that of a medium-sized mouse. The bottom has a little rubber feet for isolation security, while the side holds the USB-C port, power button, and micro SD slot if you want dedicated media on the D2. The speaker has a 45mm 10-watt speaker on the top of the head of the monitor, and a separate woofer that handles the lows. The setup creates some decent separation, but it does have some quirks that I'll get into later in the video. All the onboard controls are handled via the mechanical keys and lever, which have a satisfying feedback to them and have a nice pleasant click tone. The keys easily let you control the volume and flick through tracks without any menu navigation. This is great for interacting with your playlist without actually having to whip out your phone. There's also a button to allow you to cycle through the various default visualizations. There's a menu button to give you access to other features such as games, and they do have a few spin-offs of classics such as Block Breaker, Pixel Snake, and Flappy Wings, which is a nice addition and fun to fool around with. However, everything being pixels and the manual not giving a good translation for those pixels makes it a little bit confusing at first. Luckily, Divoom has created an app that solves this issue and makes everything a lot more clear. So if you want more details on that app, check out my other video that I have in the card for my dedicated breakdown of that application. Now I'm sure you want to hear how this sounds, so let's talk about the volume, sound quality, and speaker placement. The Divoom speaker does well at projecting with minimal distortion, and that's even at high volumes. Here's a test at 10 feet away using various volume levels. Keep in mind that the D2 can boost beyond the volume of your device with its onboard volume controls. Now that you have a sense of volume performance, I'm going to throw some short samples of how it sounds with different songs.
Be stronger than me, but instead you're longer than frozen turkey. Why'd you always put me in? It's never over until then. Lay down beside. Don't be a fool, baby. I know change. It's in nature.
Tell me how you want. Tell me, baby, is it cool to touch? Tell me, man, that you can trust, not just a fool and lust. Coming to get you on the bus is so ironic. Exotic on the verge of erotic. I'm hitting switches on misses like I've been fixed with hydraulics. My up and down like a roller coaster. Can I come inside you? I ain't stopping.
I'm only
So this setup has some nice results, but I did notice that it has some quirks around placement. With the main speaker being on the top, placing the speaker at a lower than eye level spot seems to yield better results. Also, placing the speaker in front of a wall or corner for projection seems to make the sound cleaner than if it was placed in the middle of a room. Here's a quick sample of various placements in a room and see what you think. And all this audio is transmitted over Bluetooth 5.0, meaning you should get some decent range between your phone and the speaker, but you'll also be able to watch videos with very low latency in terms of audio. So if you're someone who likes to watch podcasts while eating and working out, this is perfect for you.
There was a lot of doubters that think I wasn't going to have success in the league, but you know, you just go out there and you play ball. So
I actually have one right here. Aaron Donald, have fun trying to be good at football with a pussy name like Aaron Bust.
who said that?
Me.
Overall, I'm super impressed with what Divoom is offering here at 80 bucks. It's a fun speaker that has a great aesthetic. It fits nicely in most rooms despite its cartoonish looks, and running through its gamut of added menu features, I find myself using it for a lot of different tasks around the house. The Ditoo is perfect to fill in that room that needed a dedicated speaker, and it fills in more of a purpose than I expected. Portability, battery life, sound quality, quirky look. There's a lot to like here. It's a pretty well-rounded package at the price, and it brings a little character to a sea of boxes and tubes in the Bluetooth speaker market. It's quite nice having this little guy tagging along. With the holidays just around the corner, this is a perfect stocking stuffer, and for all of you procrastination gifters, this might be a good thing to keep in mind for a last-minute gift.
So just to wrap this up, Divoom has made a wonderful product here with a great aesthetic, and I love that the separation in the sounds is really actually noticeable. So they've made a pretty solid quality speaker while still retaining its small and cuteness. The separation is actually very impressive. While it does take a little bit of time to experiment with placement, once you get that, it sounds great. Really, my only gripe around this is the menus. But again, they solved that through the app, which again, I have a separate video about what the app will do, just because it got a little bit long. But basically the app solves all that issue, but I do wish that it was a little bit more readable on board, or they made the icons for the menu items a little bit more discernible. It's just a little bit difficult, and it might just be because the pixels are so wide, but maybe on the other products that Divoom has, it really doesn't have that issue. So anyway, I think it's an easy recommendation, and it's something that obviously I'm going to keep and use for my back room. It's great to carry around the house, but something that I can get behind. Anyway, guys, thank you for watching all my videos recently. You guys have been really helping with the subscriber count. All my new subscribers, thank you for tuning in, and all my old subscribers, thank you for keep tuning in and engaging and, you know, building up this community. So anyway, as you guys know, please like, comment, subscribe, do all the things that you normally do on a video that you like and love, and I'll see you shortly. As always, appreciate you.